Hi, Glenn Phillips here with Lake Homes Realty and lakehomes.com. So a lot of the homes on the market at the lake, if they've been on the market a while, the market is already announced. These are overpriced homes, but they can still be very desirable homes. And if we exclude the ones that are not really ever going to come to a practical price where they're just kind of treating it like a lottery ticket, if I get my number, I sell. If not, I'm happy to be here 20 years. Let's take those out. But let's say you want to buy one of these homes that's overpriced. There's actually a way to go about finding your dream lake home when the ones you want are overpriced. So I'm going to explain how this works, about how you can buy an overpriced lake home. And there's 6 tips I've got for you. These are strategies I've used. They're always effective, and we've always been really happy with the home and the price we've paid. All right, so first thing you got to do is you got to keep your options open. You can't become fixated on a single home. You need to understand that there's a variety of things that you find pleasing. You need to know what you want and know what you don't. But keep your options through this whole process, that you don't become fixated on a singular home because it may not work out. That doesn't mean you have to settle, but it means new homes will come on the market that may be overpriced and you can adapt and adjust. This means, tip number 2, you have to be patient. Sometimes when we purchase properties in these markets, it's a discretionary purchase. You don't have to buy it. But that means you need to take your time and realize if a house doesn't work out, it's probably meant to be. Every time we've waited and we thought we were going to get a home and then we didn't, we end up with a home we were happier with. So be very patient. The next thing to do is listen carefully to what the other agents are saying, what they're relaying from the sellers. If you can, ask some questions. If you allow people room to talk, you find out lots of things that can help you in your transaction. You can find out why they're motivated to sell if somebody will share. You'll find if there was a life change. You'll find things that maybe there's an obstacle that they need to sell later, and so that's why they're not aggressive on the price yet. You can create a lot of options in your offer if you adapt, if you know what's driving the other party. And maybe you, instead of just on price, you can negotiate something else of value. Another thing you want to do when you're buying this home is bring data. A transaction we did recently, we brought 2 independently prepared comparable market analyses that both, while not identical, were fairly close. They were done by 2 people without talking, and they reflected that the overprice was not there in this market. Could that change? Possibly. But if you bring the data, we gave them the data on the house, said, look, here's what our data says. Tell us we're wrong. It's okay. This also helps flush out if this is an unrealistic seller who just believes they should magically get a fantastic number that may waste your time. At least it gets negotiations going if you've got data and the other party doesn't. Number 5 is flexibility. With flexibility, would you buy a house and say, look, we'll allow you to stay so many days after closing? Or we would also be willing to get the televisions or the washer and dryer, or not get them. Don't be fixated on all of these extras. Be flexible to adapt. You know, if you can get a deal done on a house at a better price, you can go buy the washer and the dryer and the furniture. Or maybe they don't want to move it. Maybe you can get that at where that's a value add to the property, where suddenly the house is not overpriced when you take into account what you would have spent. There's some people even who will sell their lake home with their motorcraft, their boat, their jet ski, the furniture, everything. And so this makes the number look a little different. Be flexible, and you can always adapt. And my 6th point on how to buy an overpriced property is be ready to walk. Know what your number is. As soon as you believe you have emotionally got to have the house, they've got you. So we often tend to be very free-form about going, look, here's what we can do. Here's the price we've arrived at. We really don't have an appetite for more at this time. Doesn't mean it wouldn't change. It's not an ultimatum. It's just a matter of we explain, here's why our offer, here's what's behind it, and if it doesn't work for you, we appreciate you and wish you all the luck. Now, that doesn't mean it's a fake. It may be the market changes in a month or 2. Maybe that comes back. But sometimes getting to a no clears the air, and in a few weeks you can come back and make another deal. And if you don't, maybe you find a different home. So these are my 6 tips of how do you buy an overpriced lake home. It doesn't work on every home because every seller situation is different. But I've executed this. I've seen others do it. It works. Just be patient and make it happen. Find that dream lake home in this market where there are still overpriced lake homes. Come away with your dream. Be sure and visit lakehomes.com where you can find both overpriced and correctly priced lake homes at thousands of lakes across the country, as well as our agents who are local and can guide you through that local market's nuances to understand if a house is overpriced or not for that lake. We also have lots of other videos and articles online, so be sure and visit us at lakehomes.com. Thank you and have a great day. For more information, be sure to check out lakehomes.com.